Okay, I'm finally getting around to doing this video. Um, the sound is not great. I'm just using the audio from the camera, and there's a fan there because it's kind of hot. I do have a mic coming in next week, so that should be better for future ones. So I wanted to start with just a couple of just more lighter topics. And first one is basically about note taking, because I'm really bad at that. And for online teachers, it's really important to keep good notes. And oftentimes I'm so busy listening that I'll just write down a word or something thinking I'll know what it means when I clearly a day or so later have no idea. The second thing I want to talk about is online dating for the mature woman. That's a great topic. So it's about a year and a half ago, I guess, I decided to go on one of the apps, not Tinder. It was an app for women that they're more in control with this app. So I want to just talk about how that went and sort of what my experience was. And I kept notes. This is sort of why I wanted to make this video, is because I looked at these notes and I really don't know what I was talking about most of the time. So let's talk about number one. Number one, let's call him Roy. So Roy was nice, very nice. We went for a walk and then decided to stop for a drink. It was misting a little bit that night. Um, it was warm, like it was really, really hot actually. It was hoping the little bit of rain would cool things off. Well, we stopped off for a drink, and he wouldn't put ice in his drink because he was afraid he would get sick, and he was afraid to take the bus home because he might get a little moist. So that was interesting. Second one, let's call him Rick. And I put down he was nice, and I put down his profession, and that he had good E, and I would say that's probably good energy because I'm all into energy. Then I put this other thing down, and I had to think about it for a while, and then there's like a weird little, I drew a little face beside it, and I now realize what it was. Why I put the little face, but I don't think I'll go into that. Number three, I don't have his name down. I don't know what I just called him Grocery Store Joe from Bachelor in Paradise. He was, I don't remember him that well, but apparently he wasn't too bad because I called him a hot tamale. Number four, let's call him Merlot. Because it's close to his name. Merlot was very short, very short. Really, really, really short. I didn't expect that. And he was extremely frugal. That's not the word I put here, but let's just say he was frugal. But he's nice. The next one, this one I had to think about, and I don't know why I had to think about it, but we'll call him Jack. And I put nice, but then activated the creep meter. And I was like, who was that? And then I remember there was one guy, we went on a date, and we were way in the other side of town. And I was like, oh no, I forgot I had a trial student. So I said, do you want to come back? And, if you could just wait, it's 30 minutes, and then I'll be done and we'll go for dinner. But he was like really, really insistent upon getting hand sanitizer. So I was like, oh, Right nowadays, right? A guy who wants to get his hand sanitizer. And so I said, oh, well, we'll be walking by, a lot of pharmacies. You just grab one. Anyways, when he was here, bent down, and a little bottle of massage oil fell out of his pocket. Yes. And I put stalkers. And I remember that somewhere like before we went out, I told him like what area I was in. I think I said by the church or central. I don't know, something like that. And then he messages me and he says that he had moved. No, this was after. So after like the whole thing with the massage oil, I was like, I'm not even going to answer his messages. But he knew where I lived because he came here. And then he messages me and he had moved hotels to a place that's like a couple blocks from here. So that was interesting. The last one, we'll call him Mr. T. He was from Canada and he was a super nice guy. He wasn't in a place, he wasn't looking for a relationship, but he was so respectful and so kind and so nice. And that's why I posted that song, because when we went out the one night, everywhere we went, we would be walking down the Malecon and that song, Perfect, would come on by Ed Sheeran. And so every time I hear that song now, I think of him. But he was a lot of fun and just great to talk to on a spiritual level. And the other thing is we went to this one place and along Malecon, we were having a drink, and I was really into what he was saying, so I wasn't paying attention to what was happening behind me. And I was sort of like leaning across the table, like, you lean in when somebody's talking and you're like really into them. And then suddenly he like leaps across the table and grabs my chair and pulls it. And I was just like, oh God. But there was this group of drunk guys behind me. And one of them, when they stood up to leave, started to fall towards my chair. And I thought about that after. I thought, of all the things someone's ever done for me, that's like one of the nicest things anyone's ever done on a date. Because I think most of the people I would go out with would say, well, it's your own damn fault for turning your back to drunk guys. But anyways. So after that, that was the end of dating apps, pretty much. I don't think I went on one date from a dating app after that. I did join a single site for this area, and maybe I'll do another video about that. But I took a great big long break because I didn't really find this all that much fun. I don't know what other women experience. I think it's totally different when you're in your 20s and your 30s. It's just like this whole different game. But 50 plus, oh man, that's just like, I think we just deserve like some medal or something for even trying. An A for effort. So that's all I want to talk about. And if any teachers have any tips for taking better notes, that would be helpful. Bye for now.